The MLB playoffs are here. The Wild Card Series are underway, and they have not lacked action in the slightest. We bring you to the East Coast. The Red Sox took Game 1 in the Bronx and look to advance to the ALDS via a sweep. The Yankees have other plans. Ben Rice leads off the scoring with a 364-feet hot shot to give his squad a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Trevor Story responds with a line drive up the middle to knot things up at 2-2 in the top of the third. He finishes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a home run. Now in the bottom of the eighth, Austin Wells lines one down the right field line. Jazz Chisholm taking off from first on the pitch. Will he score? Yes! Wells with the hit of his career to keep the Yankees season alive and clinch a 4-3 Game 2 victory. Just the league's elite that remain. We bring you to the Bronx. Blue Jays leading the series 2-0. They look to advance to their first ALCS since 2016. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. wastes no time. With a runner on first, he blasts a 427-foot home run. Guerrero would finish 2 for 4 and continue his magnificent series. Yankees trailing 6-1 in the bottom of the third. Aaron Judge rips an RBI double down the left field line. Trent Grisham comes around to score, giving New York a sign of life. Judge looks to his dugout and lets his team know, "Let's go, guys, we gotta roll now." And roll they did. Now tied 6-6 in the bottom of the fifth, Jazz Chisholm Jr. clobbers a towering second deck home run, putting the Yankees up 7-6. The Yankees go on to win 9-6 and force a Game 4. Well, it seems uniforms may not be the only dirty things in baseball. Betting only continues to loom larger in the sports world, and even now, players are using it. Cleveland Guardians pitchers Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz have been indicted on charges for a sports gambling scheme in which they conspired with bettors to rig the outcome of pitches. Prosecutors claim the pitchers provided inside information on their pitches and the outcome of them, allowing gamblers to win hundreds of thousands of dollars on prop bets. Both players have pleaded not guilty. Good evening. We're tracking a major shakeup in the world of professional basketball. Federal agents arrested more than 30 individuals in 2 interconnected gambling investigations involving the NBA. Among those charged are head coach Chauncey Billups of the Portland Trail Blazers and guard Terry Rozier of the Miami Heat. Billups is accused of participating in a rigged, high-stakes poker scheme allegedly backed by organized crime families. Federal officials say the games used hidden cameras, tampered shuffling machines, and even an X-ray table to cheat participants. Meanwhile, Rozier is charged with supplying inside information about his game performance and leaving a game early in 2023 in order to benefit bettors wagering on his underperformance. The league placed both men on leave. Commissioner Adam Silver said he was deeply disturbed by the allegations. We'll keep you updated as more details emerge. Now to the hardwood, where we bring you NBA action. Coming off a heartbreaking NBA Finals Game 7 loss, the Indiana Pacers begin their 2025-26 preseason on the road against the Minnesota Timberwolves. In the absence of superstar Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers will need several players to step up this year. After Indiana controlled the entire first 3 quarters of the game, the Timberwolves cut the lead to 7 before a Johnny Juzang 3 made the deficit just 4. Now only leading by 1, guard Ray J. Dennis splashes a 3 of his own, putting the Pacers back up by 4. Indiana holds on to win 135-134 in overtime, led by Dennis's 16 points and 5 assists. With backups getting extended run, teams get a better look at who can fill in when their number is called, an unfortunate circumstance that the Pacers are already having to deal with. Still on the hardwood, the Indiana Pacers continue to struggle in the absence of Tyrese Halliburton. With multiple other key starters hit with the injury bug, the debut of their new City Edition jerseys and court is about the only thing Pacers fans have to be excited about. Hosting the Toronto Raptors, Pascal Siakam's former team, it was Andrew Nembhard who got the Pacers out to a quick start. Hitting 3 first-quarter threes and providing teammates with great looks, he helped Indiana jump out to a 22-12 lead. The Raptors claw back, though, and eventually take a 29-27 lead. Led by Jakob Poeltl and R.J. Barrett's 22 points each, the Raptors never look back on their way to a 129-111 victory. Like their early lead, the Pacers season is dwindling fast as they fall to 1-12. Thanks, guys. We are just days away from the Hoosiers' first test of the year. In a top 20 clash, the number 9 ranked Illinois Fighting Illini come to town. Both teams are coming off huge blowout wins last weekend. Illinois defeating Western Michigan 38-0 and Indiana defeating Indiana State 73-0. Unfortunately for the Hoosiers, junior running back Lee Beebe Jr. suffered a non-contact knee injury in their rout of the Sycamores and is now deemed out for the remainder of the season. In a battle of two top 6 defenses in opponent points per game, Indiana would likely look to lean on the run game, but with Beebe Jr. no longer available, look for them to rely more on the passing game. For the Illini, they are 10-1 in their last 11 games over the past 2 seasons when they have forced 1 or more turnovers. With Indiana's offense looking like a juggernaut through 3 games, the Illinois defense will look to find takeaways to keep them off the field. Indiana football keeps climbing, holding the number 2 spot in both the coaches and media polls. The Hoosiers take care of business week after week, stacking wins behind a locked-in defense and a ground game that refuses to quit. In his latest press conference, head coach Curt Cignetti calls it controlled confidence, a team that expects to win but still puts in the work to earn it. Now, all eyes turn to this weekend's matchup against Penn State as Indiana tries to keep the streak and the buzz alive. And with the first college football playoff rankings set to drop this week, Hoosiers fans hold their breath, wondering if that number 2 spot in the polls will translate to a top-tier playoff position. It's the kind of conversation Indiana fans have waited years to earn, and now they're right in the middle of it. Back to you.
Welcome back. Homecoming in Bloomington ends with another statement win for Indiana.
Yes, and even with the weather delay, it didn't make the fans budge.
Yes, I saw that clip of the student section with their shirts acting as their towels. It was absolute chaos.
Even amidst the chaos, this Indiana football team keeps on growing their confidence. And with Curt Cignetti signing his 8-year, $92.8 million contract extension, the Big Ten is going to have to deal with this new-look Hoosiers team through 2033. Indiana rolls past Michigan State 38-13, moving their perfect record to 7-0 overall and 4-0 in the Big Ten. The Hoosiers scored touchdowns on their first 5 possessions and never looked back. Fernando Mendoza once again impressing, finishing 24 of 28 with 332 yards and 4 touchdowns. Those touchdowns were spread between 3 receivers, Elijah Surratt with 2, and Omar Cooper and E.J. Williams both finishing with 1 each. One on the ground, Kalen Black added a 29-yard touchdown while the Hoosier offense piled up 464 total yards. Again, the final 38-13, the Hoosiers stay perfect as they head into next week when they face UCLA.